morning. I'm glad to be with you for day 2 of VBS. Our theme for today is to the neighbor. So it's about compassion, right? That's what the whole thing is about, compassion camp and turning to our neighbor. And so the story today, let's just say I knew I needed to come up here. Where am I? Do you recognize this place? I hope not. You've probably never been up here. This is the roof of the church. See, okay, there's the church actually, and then over here are the solar panels that we've got that are doing all sorts of collecting of the sunlight so that we can run the building. And I just needed to come up here because this story today is about compassion and about bravery. And let me tell you about it. So Jesus came to someone's house and he was there in this town, and everyone was so excited that he was there because he was, because they knew that he healed people. They heard that and that he helped them become a part of the community again. And one of the people who really needed some healing was a man who was paralyzed. And by paralyzed, it means he couldn't use his legs anymore. And so he had a bunch of his friends come, and his friends took him on a mat and carried him over to the house. But you see, there were so many people at the house, they couldn't get in. They knew there was no way to get in. The doors were all blocked with people. It was just crowded. And so they knew exactly what to do. They climbed up on the roof of the house and they dug a hole through the roof to where Jesus was. And they lowered their friend who was on the mat down to where Jesus was. Jesus saw this and was amazed at their faith. He was strengthened by it. It was amazing to see people care so much, have so much compassion for their friend. And so Jesus looked at their friend, the man who was paralyzed, and said, "I see you. I love you. Your sins are forgiven. You are restored to community." Well, there were a couple of temple leaders there who are called scribes in our Bible, and they were not happy about what Jesus said because they thought and said to themselves, "What is he to say that? Who does he think he is? Only God is able to forgive sins. Only God is able to connect us back to community." Well, Jesus knew exactly what they were thinking. He knew they were not happy about what he said. And he said to them, "What is it? Is it easier to say your sins are forgiven? Or is it easier to say, get up and walk?" But to show you that, in fact, I can do both, that both are possible, he turned to the man and said, "Take your mat, get up, and go home. You're healed and reunited with your community." And the man, amazed, stood up. And he was able to get his mat, pick up his mat, and he went home with his friends. It was an amazing story, isn't it? You know, sometimes we think bravery is about, sometimes we think bravery is all about big things. And sometimes we think bravery is all about, like what superheroes do. And you have to be super brave and you do really big things. But bravery is really sort of about little things. And compassion often makes us brave. In fact, those friends were pretty brave. They had compassion for their friend, so deep compassion they were willing to climb up on a roof, which is kind of scary. It's up really high. You see the street down there? They climbed up on the roof and they dug a hole through the roof for their friend because they cared so much about them. Bravery makes us, compassion makes us brave. Compassion for our strangers or our friends, compassion for our family or for our neighbors, compassion even for ourselves. Sometimes when we realize what we need, that compassion for ourselves can make us strong too and brave. And so that's definitely something to think about today. And so while you're coloring the picture that you've got, which says in To the Neighbor, and has some pictures on it. I hope that you'll think about the bravery in the story. Who did you think was brave? And practice a little compassion. What do you think the friends felt like when they realized that the house was really crowded and they weren't going to be able to get in? And how do you think they felt when their friend was forgiven? Or how about the paralyzed man? How do you think he felt? Do you think he felt, how did he feel like when he didn't think he was going to get in? And when Jesus told him to get up and walk? How about the owner of the house? How do you think he felt? Lots of people to think about in that story. Lots of different opinions and stories and positions to think. So I hope that you'll take some time to be compassionate to the people in this story and think about how they were feeling as you color. And think about also ways of bravery and how does bravery make you feel? What does bravery feel like, do you think? And have you ever been brave? And how do you think compassion connects to bravery? So that's the story I have for you today. Sorry about the uneven video, this sort of craziness, because I'm filming this on my camera. I mean, on my phone, so I'm holding it. But I hope to see you tomorrow for the next story, and I hope that you have a great day singing some music and doing some crafts, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.